Putrajaya has announced a GLIC mandate recharge to reform the roles of government-linked investment companies or GLICs and align them with the national agenda to support the nation's economic recovery plan. Dubbed Perkukuh Pelaburan Rakyat or Perkukuh, the program comprises 20 key initiatives focusing on achieving a clearer mandate for each GLIC, more investments in catalytic and developmental areas, increased private sector participation and streamlining of the government's role. The GLICs involved in the 3-year plan are Khazanah Nasional, QOP, the National Trust Fund, MOF Inc., the EPF, PNB, Lembaga Tabung Haji and LTAT. Perkukuh will be overseen by a new Growth Coordination Council chaired by Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin. Finance Minister Tengku Datuk Sri Zafrul Abdul Aziz said at the launch of Perkukuh today that the revamp will boost Malaysia's longer-term economic prospects and resilience, focusing on good governance that enables sustainable growth, strengthened socio-economic inclusivity and environmental sustainability. As the ultimate beneficiaries of this initiative, he said the Rakyat will see more high-skilled and high-paying jobs generated from both domestic and foreign direct investments through the GLICs and GLC's refreshed mandate. The initiatives will be implemented in stages involving relevant agencies and regulators with a timeline to completion by 2024. Malaysia's GLICs govern some 1.7 trillion ringgit in assets under management and make up 1/4 of the entire market capitalisation in Bursa Malaysia. Together with the investee companies, the GLICs provide employment for over 500,000 individuals. The Ministry of Health or MOH has accepted Pharmaniaga's offer for an additional 6 million doses of Sinovac COVID-19 vaccine. The group said in a statement today that an acceptance letter was inked between the ministry and its subsidiary Pharmaniaga Life Science, requiring the company to start supplying the vaccine doses immediately and fulfill the deal by the end of this month. This will increase the total accumulated supply of Sinovac vaccine for the National Immunisation Programme to 20.4 million doses. Pharmaniaga successfully completed its obligation to supply 12.4 million doses of the Sinovac vaccine to Putrajaya on July 16th, 4.5 months ahead of the contract schedule. The latest order, it said, is on top of another additional 2 million doses previously ordered by MOH on July 26th. In a separate stock filing, Pharmaniaga said both parties have also agreed to execute a supplementary agreement to enable its unit to sell, supply and deliver to the government the quantity of doses requested. It will supply both imported and fill and finish products. The agreement will have material effect on the group's earnings and earnings per share for the financial year ending December 31st, 2021. At the close, shares of Pharmaniaga traded up 5.2% to 91 sen for a market capitalisation of 1.19 billion ringgit. Fugitive businessman Loh Teck Joe is said to have attended a 1MDB board meeting 12 years ago and even took a call from then Prime Minister Datuk Sri Najib Razak during the meeting. Kelvin Tan, who was 1MDB's Director of Business Development at the time, told the Kuala Lumpur High Court today that he had taken the minutes of the board meeting held on September 26, 2009. Testifying in the audit report tampering trial involving Najib and ex-1MDB CEO Arul Kanda Kandasamy, Tan said the board members aside, Jolo's associate Casey Tang was also in attendance. The witness was then showed two separate sets of meeting minutes, one of which he prepared that had the name of Jolo in attendance and one which did not. He said he was not aware that there was another copy of the minutes which omitted Jolo's name until he was shown it while being grilled by the MACC. During cross-examination by Najib's lawyer Tan Sri Muhammad Shafi Abdullah, Tan also testified that 1MDB's director Tan Sri Lodin Wak Kamarudin had questioned why Jolo was attending the meeting. and that the Penangite said that he had a role with 1MDB's board of advisors. He went on to say that during the meeting, Jolo had received a phone call from Najib and proceeded to pass the phone to then 1MDB chairman Datuk Muhammad Baqi Saleh, whom Tan said seemed surprised that the then PM was on the line. The trial before Justice Muhammad Zaini Mazlan will continue on September 9th. CGS-CIMB Research raised its average crude palm oil or CPO price forecasts for this year through 2023 after Malaysian palm oil stocks unexpectedly fell 7% month-on-month in July. In a sector update today, it said inventories stood at 1.5 million tonnes, which is below expectations and positive for CPO prices. It lowered its 2021 forecasted CPO production to 18.6 million tonnes from 19.4 million tonnes, as it believes the ban on foreign workers is unlikely to be lifted in the second half of this year. The research house raised its average CPO price forecasts from 2,900 ringgit to 3,700 ringgit for 2021, from 2,700 ringgit to 2,900 ringgit for 2022, and from 2,700 ringgit to 2,800 ringgit for 2023, though it kept its neutral rating on the Malaysian agribusiness sector. On its stock picks, CGS-CIMB Research said it likes Genting Plantations for the group's land bank and young estates. According to the research house, the group has one of the youngest estate age profiles among its big cap peers in Malaysia. It also favours Kuala Lumpur Kepong as its current FY22 forecasted PE of 21 times is trading below its historical average mean PE of 26 times. The other attraction is its relatively defensive earnings amid the outbreak. CGS-CIMB Research also likes Ta'an Holdings for the improving earnings prospects of its plantation division from higher CPO prices and fresh fruit bunch production expected in 2021, coupled with decent dividend yields of 5.8% estimated for FY21 to 23. POSCO International, the trading arm of South Korean steelmaking conglomerate POSCO and Petronas, are reportedly planning to sign a production sharing agreement for gas field exploration in Peninsular Malaysia. According to Pulse by Mail Business News Korea, POSCO International was awarded by Petronas the right to explore and operate the 4,738 square kilometre PM524 block offshore Terengganu after a successful international bid. The report noted that this will be POSCO International's first resource expedition in Malaysia. POSCO International and Petronas are said to be aiming to sign the agreement within a year after finalising the terms of the contract. The deal will allow gas field exploration for 4 years. According to Pulse, POSCO International will hold an 80% stake with the operation rights, while Petronas Cari Gali will hold the remaining 20%.